Hey everyone, so this is a tutorial on how I use both my Excel spreadsheet and EveryDollar, an online software for budgeting, to do my budget every pay period. So I'm going to sign in here. First, you'll obviously have to go in and make an account for yourself. This is an old month, so even though we are technically still in May, I'm starting to pay bills for June. So I'm going to go ahead and click June. And since I already have budgets created for previous months, it will actually just transcribe them to the new month so I can build off of them. So I'm going to say start planning for June. And I'm actually going to delete the income, and I'm only going to add it as it's paid. All right, so it's anticipating that I have a lot of bills that are due because I transferred the ones from last month over. But I only want to start with the ones that are on the first of the month. So I've outlined these by manually paying them online and withdrawing them as cash on the first of the month. That's what this first means. So it's set up differently than how EveryDollar has it automatically set up, which is it categorizes them by, household costs, debts. I have debts separate. I actually have it down here. So that's categorized correctly, but if you could see, they've got giving right now we aren't doing because we are snowballing, and we do it on occasion. Savings we're not saving, obviously, but there are some set kind of categories that EveryDollar sets up for you, but I didn't like it that way, so I created my own. So what we're going to do is go in here, and I'm actually going to just zero these out rather than completely deleting them. This software is pretty easy to learn and understand, and the reason I still use it in conjunction with my Excel spreadsheet is that I like to have a set of checks and balances. This, right now, EveryDollar is lacking an internal calculator. Like, I would love it if it calculated these sections up, but it doesn't do that. And so I prefer to use an Excel spreadsheet. The other thing is, too, I don't own this software. I'm running a free account currently, and one day I may go to premium because I do love it a lot. But the Excel spreadsheet I own, so I just don't like not possessing the things that I'm recording, especially when it relates to my finances. So I'm zeroing these out because I'm still going to have these expenses come up my next pay period, which usually falls around the 15th of the month. I have a varied payment schedule, but this will at least get me closer to my budget for this pay period. So obviously Mother's Day happened last month, so I don't need that. I can take that expense off. But all the rest of these are looking pretty good. The other thing is I can go back and toggle between months and compare these numbers for creating a forecast, but I would really like to see the last month number here compared so that I can make adjustments and see how much more I'm paying in gas and propane this month. It doesn't show me that, and I really like that. My template does. So those are just some notes on why EveryDollar isn't doing exactly everything that I wanted to do. So the way that I start is adding income. So we're going to just throw in some income just for okay. So when I add it, I actually have to click to receive it. Now it's been received in the system. And it's showing I have $28.62 left over, if this is really how much I got in my paycheck, because all the other money has been allocated to all of these other expenses. But the fact is, these are not fixed expenses always. So what I need to do is go in and actually start paying the bills. So if I know I need to go in and pay my gas bill, I'm going to actually go in and see how much I owe to adjust that. So I'm actually not going to log in because I don't need you guys to know that information, but what you're going to do is literally log in to all of your manual bills and adjust these numbers to reflect that. Now, once I've actually paid the bill, I have to add new transaction to zero it out. So it's $46.38. Let's say I paid that. It's going to then zero it out. So it's going to remove it from that amount that I deposited as my paycheck. And I have to go all the way down here and pay that. Then, these are the expenses I have that I pay cash for. I have to do the same thing. I have to anticipate, okay, I'm about to leave to the bank. I do literally go to the bank as soon as I'm done paying bills, typically. So I know I'm going to fund those envelopes of cash. So I go in and I make sure that I have funded all of them. At the same time that I'm doing that, I'm toggling between this spreadsheet and making the same adjustments on the spreadsheet to reflect it. So I know it's redundant, but I prefer it because then I know that I've got two records that I'm comparing, plus I have a calculated internal numbers here that I can't do on EveryDollar. If I want to take this check mark off, I just copy and paste the blank one in. But if I'm done with that transaction, I can actually check mark it as complete. All right, so that's how I toggle between the two when I'm doing my budget.